Such an incredible feeling to one, know yourself when you've taken a leap of faith and praying ever so often while you're flying through that air that there's a safety net underneath you. Um, and and I did not, I can't say that I came from a position that any of these women have come from. And to think that they're taking a leap from where they are is just unbelievable, because the amount of courage one has to fight for yourself when you've been down must be incredible. I mean, feel so much, I feel so much good from them, because I know that you have to fight like hell when you're on your feet and doing well. So when you're on the ground and not doing so well, I can't imagine the level of fight that you have to have in you to get up and move forward and then become successful. I mean, you're coming from a whole different level. And that makes me feel so proud that as a woman, because it's not easy in this life and in any of these opportunities being women. Um, there are a lot of things stacked against you, whether you're, successful or not. There's just the world out there that doesn't really take us seriously sometimes. And the fight that they have to just, to go into battle and know that, that they're already disarmed at the door, and yet they fight on, is the way that I just feel like, if I have the capability, why can't I help? I can help make sure that they can have a step forward, and they can take the next step, because it's just baby steps. I always tell people, it's not something you just run into. You take a step at a time. They said, well, aren't you afraid? I said, oh, hell yeah, I'm afraid. I said, but I love, years ago, one of the evangelists on television, she said, I know you're afraid. She said, but just do it afraid. And that's what I do now. I just do it afraid. They said, well, when you're talking to the counselor, to the supervisors, I said, my knees are knocking. They can't hear them, but they're knocking. I said, so it's not that, the women in Leap for Success are not afraid. They're afraid too, but they're doing it afraid. And they're coming from a whole different place than what I'm coming from. So it is always my joy, and my pleasure and my gratitude to be able to help where I can.